Hi, everyone, and welcome back to Anais Corner. And today we have a special guest with us, La Cassandra. Hi, how are you?
Hi, I'm really good. Thank you so much for having me. I'm so
Of
excited.
course.
So I'm La Cassandra. I'm a Dominican American artist from New York City, and I love to write about things that happen in my life, or I feel like I get inspired from like anything, even from like watching a novela. I just any love story or anything passionate that
Yeah.
gravitates. I love to connect with that and for me, I feel like music is definitely always has been an outlet, something that I'm always connected to and heals me and motivates me, inspires me. And so I'm just really excited that my music has been able to transpire and transfer that same feeling to others, especially you. So that makes me excited.
And I can say you could definitely feel the passion in your music, and your songs are just so amazing. And I love every single one of them. They're so good. And
Well, I
your
have a whole
voice.
album coming out soon, so get
Ooh,
ready.
I'm excited for that. So, how did you get into music? Like, who or what inspired you to make music?
So, being Dominican, I always listened to a lot of merengues and bachatas, and then having also being been raised here in the States, I listened to a lot of other genres too with my primos and primas, and so that really has always been like I would say the foundation to who I am. My home is always being around music, and I think since I was little, I just always had a passion for it. I'd see like all these artists like Celia Cruz, Juan Luis Guerra, Juan Gabriel, Gloria Estefan. I would see them on TV, and I'm like, oh my God, they're so awesome. Like I was always mesmerized, and to me, it always came natural. Desde que yo era niña, I was always cantando, grabbing anything to be my microphone. Mommy, mira esto, escucha esto. So that was always something very natural to me.
Yes, and that's amazing. At what age did you start like making music or realize you wanted to do that as a career?
I think you know, when I was young, there's like videos of me when I was like 3 years old, and my family would literally hype me up and say, Mira, ya vas a ser cantante. So I think since I was little, I had that embedded. And I had like a little confidence when I was little, like, see, mira, bang, let me sing to you. And so I think, the older I got like shyer. I'm a Cancer, so sometimes we go in our shells. And it wasn't until like high school when I started doing all the talent shows, and I was like,
Yeah.
okay, this is what I want to do. Like, I really love this, and that's when I really started to put my best foot forward was around that time.
And one thing I can say is that I love that in a lot of your music videos, you are in the Dominican Republic. I'm Dominican, I'm half Dominican, half Nicaraguan. And
Ooh, I
yes.
love
And
it.
so I'm always in the Dominican Republic. Like I was just there this summer. And usually when I was younger, my mom would have us go over there, and my great grandma lives there, my grandparents live there. So I would spend most of my summer in the Dominican Republic, and it's my happy place. I love being there. It's so beautiful. And I love that you represent that in your music videos because not a lot of people do that. We don't,
Yeah.
yeah, we don't
Yeah,
see a lot of Dominican
mhm,
representation.
I know. And it's a little sad because there definitely is like como se dice un vacío, an
Hmm.
emptiness in that, and that's what I felt like I wanted to really. I felt the same way you did, and I'm like, no, there's so many different beautiful parts of our country, not
Exactly.
just one image or something. And that's why for me it was very important to demonstrate that and demonstrate the
Yes.
realness, the rawness, of our beautiful islands.
Yes. And it is so beautiful. I love it over there. It's my favorite place to be. So who are your biggest influences like with your music, or what is your biggest influences?
So I would say definitely when it comes to songwriting, Juan Gabriel. To me, he wrote so many songs throughout his career and when he was alive, and he wrote for so many people. But it's just the intenseness and the poeticness in his lyrics. To me, it just really has always captivated me. And I think definitely vocal wise too. His For a man, his range was incredible. He's definitely top, and I would say Gloria Estefan is definitely up there too.
Yes.
Just the fact that she was doing Spanglish so early on before really anyone was doing it,
Mm-hmm.
and that she was always very proud to be Latina, and that was really inspiring for me
Yes.
too. Obviously, growing up, Las Chicas del Can, even though I was such a baby, I was, in their prime. I wasn't even born yet, but mommy, that was her favorite artist, and I really loved that it was like an all-girl merengue group, and I love merengue
Yes.
because definitely the main genre that I grew up listening to, and so that has always been like an inspiration for me too.
Who is your dream collaboration? Like, who are you just like dying to have a song with?
Um, okay, so definitely, I would say Romeo Santos.
Oh,
I
yes.
love him. Yes, I love him. He was always my crush growing up. Pero ya pasamos de eso. Um, and I think he was like every girl's man crush back then. Pero definitely him, just because he's also an incredible writer, such a poetic, and how he continues to just put things out year after year, album after
Yes.
album, and that level and capacity is amazing. And then as female, I actually love this artist called Mon Laferte. She's a Chilean singer, and I love her. I love her passion, and I would love to collaborate with
Yeah.
her and represent all of Central
Yes.
America, Latino America, that side.
Yeah. What is your main goal in your music career?
My main goal is to really just connect more with people in my music, be able to really just go on tour in multiple cities and multiple countries, and being able to just really um, spread light. I think my biggest
Yes.
thing is this is a world that is really hurting, and being able to bring that joy and uplifting people, or helping people tap into their emotions through my music. For me, that is beautiful to see and feel,
Yes.
and I think that's where I want to continue doing. Obviously, I have like further different dreams, but as far as like my career, I think for my music is definitely that. Like I want to see so many of you guys in
Yes.
live and connect with you guys that way. So
What makes you different from other artists? What do you think that separates you from, like, makes you super super special that you know
well, I feel like you know every artist is unique in their own way. I
Yes.
think what really I think separates me in a way is that I'm just I'm really connected to my roots in a way of
Yes.
like how I was brought up, and just and bringing that nostalgic sound back. To me,
Yes.
it's it's my passion. It's what I love and I connect to. And I think not trying to follow the trends, and just really, I know what I'm doing is very niche. It's not really, mainstream, but um, it's honest, and it's with passion. And I think that is truly it. Just really being rooted with my roots. Yeah. That's a
Which
really good question. I've never been asked that, so I'm kind of thrown off. I'm like,
sorry. Well, I definitely love that you are connected to your roots, and you can tell that you are connected to your roots. You definitely represent Dominicanas everywhere, and I love that because not a lot of artists do that. Like, there's not a lot of artists that, like, do music videos from their home country.
Yeah.
And I love, because I was actually watching the music video for Bailando last night, because that's my favorite song of yours. And
Really?
yes, I
Oh.
love that song. And I was watching it, and I just loved seeing everything in the music video, everything from the Dominican Republic. um I work with kids. My job is, I work in an after school program, And since it's Hispanic Heritage Month, I've been doing little PowerPoints with them showing all the different Hispanic countries. And I was showing them the Dominican Republic, and I got to show them actual pictures I took there, and I showed them what it looks like there. And a lot of them loved it.
Yeah.
And they loved seeing the pictures. And I just love showing it off all the time because it is a beautiful country, and not a lot of people know that, or they've never seen
Yeah.
it. So
Well, because like, you know, in a way, I feel like there's so much light that's only shed on a certain part, like Punta Cana, let's say,
yes,
or you get the other side of, the capital, the ghetto part. Like
yeah,
you get either or of those. And to me, I was like, no, no, no. There's so many
yes,
beautiful parts in our island, especially the south, El Sur, where it was recorded in Barahona. That part to me is so beautiful and it's so overlooked.
yes,
Like just the beginning of the video, you see it. It freaking looks like Hawaii. And
yes,
that's our island. No, Hawaii is
yes,
not the only one.
yes,
And imagine being there in person. It is
exactly.
breathtaking. And then where the second part of the video was like a waterfall, and that's Villa Miriam, and
Yes.
that's also in Barahona. And that part it's so freaking cool. If you go, it's like waterfalls and son como
Oh, it's
piscinas.
beautiful.
So you can
Yeah.
actually they're like little pools like divided up with the waterfall falling through them. So you're like literally like in a pool and it's like the actual waterfall
Yeah.
water flowing through
Yes. And with
on a cliff.
showing them the countries, I like getting pictures from people who have actually been there, because if you look on Google, it's just like certain parts, and I feel like it doesn't really show
Yeah.
the real country, like,
No, it
yeah.
doesn't. But I will say that specific part in Barahona where the cliff is and the water and all that, I had found the Google image on it. I was like Googling because I'm originally from Estibao. I'm from Santiago. And
That's where my
so
grandpa's from.
yeah,
Yeah.
represent. And so my tio's from Barahona. My tia, that her husband, he's from Barahona. And he was like, ay, mija, you have to. He's the one that actually co-wrote with me Merengón. So yeah, I got my tio on it.
Yes, that's
So he was
amazing.
like, ay, mija, you have to go to Barahona. And I'm like, really? So I started doing my research on Google and I found this image of Playa San Rafael, but it was overlooking a cliff. And when I got there, I asked my team there, I asked the friends, you guys seen this? Where is it? And they're like, no, but because people are rarely like, whenever you go to DR, you always kind of go to the same spot. You don't really
Yes.
venture off. So that happens to a lot of people, and then even the people in the islands. So I'm like, we're gonna find it. We're gonna find it. Let's go to Barahona. We literally were driving in the van, and my tío was like, tiene que estar allá arriba because there's a cliff. You just gotta go. Like see it
Yes.
arriba. I'm going. We're driving and we see a spot and we're like, that's it. And I'm like, nope, that's not it. Let's keep going. And we're like, okay, 10 more minutes up the hill. And I'm like, we're gonna see it. We're gonna know it. We're gonna find it. We didn't know nothing. And literally, we see a road off the side, and you see in the video, it's like a road off the side.
Yes.
And I'm like, turn in there, turn in there. And we turn in there, and I geeked so hard. I screamed. I almost jumped out of the car because we found it and it looked just like the picture in Google. I was like,
I'm gonna have to tell my grandpa to take me there next time I go, because it's just so beautiful, and imagine it
have
in
to.
person.
And then go to Villa Miriam, the
Mhm.
waterfall. It's right there. It's like 10 minutes away. So you'll make a whole like little weekend out of it or day out of it.
Yes.
It's amazing.
It looked really beautiful in the music video, so I imagine what it looked like in person, like how beautiful it was in person. But I love seeing different parts of the Dominican Republic. My grandparents and my great grandma actually live in the capital of the Dominican Republic.
Oh,
So but my grandpa's from Santiago, so he would take us, and whenever we go to the DR, he would just take us to different places. He'll just take us to different
that's
places.
awesome.
Yeah. What advice do you have for anyone who wants to go into a music career, or just trying to follow their dreams?
I would say general like rule of thumb and is to have patience and be prepared to be patient because it isn't easy. And I feel like a career that can bring you so much, you know, greatness and with any dream that is big enough, that kind of scares you, requires a lot of patience, a lot of trial and error, and never throw in the towel. Like, just keep
Yes.
going, keep trying new things. But the most important thing is to trust your gut, trust your intuition,
Yes.
and what you believe, and stand firm in what you believe no matter what. And that always prevails.
Yes, and I love that because me I'm still in college, and but I like doing social media, but I'm not like a big person on social media or anything. But the reason I wanted to start social media is because I wanted to inspire others. um you know, I'm not the smallest person in the world, so I like to do fashion videos for people who are on the like bigger side, you know, because myself growing up bigger, it was hard, it's hard to find clothes in our size, and you know, there wasn't a lot of representation, and I love now that there's more representation in everything, so more Latinas and more plus size people. It's just, you know, it's great to see someone who's just like you doing all this amazing stuff. So like seeing you as a Dominican, you know, pursuing your passion in music, and you know, all your songs are amazing, and I feel like you're doing such a great job, and you know, you're gonna get bigger, and I just love seeing that. And so being able to interview was like, oh, like I've been telling my mom all week. I was like, oh my
Oh
god.
my God, you
Yeah.
should have told her to come over.
I love because my I actually have music in our family. Like my I think my great grandma, like her brothers, they had like a band. And my great grandma loves music. Like I love listening to her sing. She's always singing. She's never not singing.
Oh my gosh, that's
And
beautiful.
yes, I
Enjoy
always
that moment, because that
yes.
was, you know, unfortunately my abuelita passed, but that was her thing. She would always sing coritos from the iglesia to us, and she would always just sit there singing, and is
Yeah.
one of my best memories I have of her
Yes.
limpiando la casa, and she's like singing her little coritos. So that's beautiful. Oh my God.
Yes. And my great grandma is one of the people who try to get me out of my shell because whenever we go to the DR, she has this karaoke. We're always karaokeing. And or if
That's
there's a
fun.
yeah, or if like there's a party, she makes me sing in front of everyone. I'm like, no, I don't.
Yeah.
My voice is not that good, but she always makes, she's like, you're gonna do it. She does
Yeah.
not give up. But my great grandma is one of my favorite people because she does push us to our limit. Like she knows we can do more, and I also love hearing her sing all the time. Like she'll, on my birthday on WhatsApp, she'll send a voice message of her singing happy birthday to me, or she'll FaceTime me singing, and I love hearing it all the time.
Mm.
Yeah.
Well, you have an amazing aura, and that's
Thank
gonna take
you.
more just that. Always be genuine with who you are. Um, and you know, just continue to put it out. Even if it's one, two, even three people that you
Yeah.
inspired, that is such a big difference. And that's how I feel with me. You know, I'm still slowly just starting off putting out my music, but every time I get that one message, it just makes my heart smile. And I'm
Yeah.
like, you know what? At the end of the day, no matter where this takes me, like I'm just so happy that I'm sitting here with you, like
Yes.
talking to you, and so inspired. And I think that's the win at the end of the day. Like that
Yes,
truly is the
definitely.
win. Being able to do what I truly love and inspiring others. Like that's amazing.
Yes. It
You talked about the kids, and I'm like, for me, that's always been such a big thing too, is like los niños, and
yes.
I like, you know, I didn't think about when I was doing the videos, and I'm like, I got these kids, and like in my first song with Ayer Lloré por ti, I wanted a young girl, and I got the little girl, and all these things, and I'm like, kid, I know it's not the normal, like you don't really see other artists putting
Yes.
all these kids in their videos, but para mí los niños son tan importante. Like I just
Mhm.
love them so much. They're the future of tomorrow, and there's just something so beautiful to like connect with them and
Yes.
be like be kind of like a little inspiration to them and you know motivate them to be a good person, you know?
Yeah.
So I love that you do that too.
Yeah. And like I have two little siblings. My little sister is 5 and my little brother's 7. And my little brother was saying that he wants to become an actor. And I was like, and he was like asking me, he's like, why isn't there any actors in our family? And I was like, I don't know. They didn't want to be
You're
actors.
gonna be the first one. That's why.
Yes.
Hello, we've been waiting for
That's what
you.
I told him. I was like, you're gonna be the first one. And I was telling my mom, I was like, we have to find acting classes for him. We have to like he's in dance, he does hip hop and dance.
Wow.
My sister's in jazz and tap, and we are a very artistic family, whether it's music, dance, or like art.
Awesome.
Me and my older sister, we do makeup. I love doing makeup. That's how, like, for you it's music to show your like inspiration stuff, and my outlet is makeup. I love doing makeup.
I was gonna say I see your makeup, I love the
Thank
eyeshadow.
you. But thank you so much for letting me interview you. It's such a big deal to me. You're my first big guest star
Oh
on my
my
podcast.
gosh,
Yeah, thank you so much. It
yes.
definitely meant a lot to me.
De
And
nada, of course. Thank you for having me.
of
Thank you
course,
for you know loving on my music and apoyando. That to me
yeah.
is bigger than anything else. And I'm so excited to have been your first
Thank
artist on this.
you. You are honestly so sweet. And I love you so much.
Oh, thanks, baby girl. I love you too.
Thank you.
Beso, bye.
Bye.